Hello, everybody. It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, here at Mocha's Cafe de Paris and Lounge. I want to thank you for stopping by to hang out with me this very morning. I hope all is well. Hope your morning is starting off pretty pleasant for you. I'm actually in process of brewing my coffee, so I'm going to play just a little bit of this instrumental. Believe me, it won't be long. It'll probably be 10 seconds, maybe 10, 15 seconds, if that. So just bear with me because we're definitely going to go into this content today about baby mama drama, advice for all the stepmothers. I also like for the guys to also be a part of this content. I want you guys to also listen in because this may be issues that your current wife or your current girlfriend is going through, and maybe you don't know how to deal with it or whatever the case may be. So I really think that today's recipe about baby mama drama and how to deal with it from a step parent's perspective will really be insightful. Okay, so y'all just strap y'all seatbelt in, get comfy, get you a cup of coffee, because I have a feeling this is going to be a very, very long content. Okay, because it's a lot of information I have to provide, and the information that I'm going to be providing is based on an email that I have received. So I'm going to have to make sure I answer all of her questions regarding the situation. So because of that, I know this content is going to be very extensive. So just be prepared because it's going to be a long content, but believe me, it's going to be worth all of your time, especially if this is something you're going through currently and you really have exhausted all alternatives. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and make my coffee so we can go ahead and get this content started. In the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all listen to this instrumental, okay? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's get this show on and popping with today's content. Baby mama drama. Yes, this is nothing new under the sun. This has been going on for centuries. This has been going on for years, and it's going to continue to keep going on. Unfortunately, this is an issue that is very common. um it's not something that too many of us are going to be able to avoid. So for all of you who think you're playing it safe now because you're single and you feel like you don't have to deal with all that drama, well, don't get too full of yourself quite yet, because you never know, you may end up really connecting with somebody who unfortunately has children from a previous relationship. Now, keep in mind, I get it, you have some men as well as women who try to the best of their ability, avoid somebody who has children from a previous relationship. And I totally get it. It is very challenging. It can be very messy. It can be a bit much. So I totally understand people who would not deal with other people who have children, because it can really be a lot. On the other hand, the reality is that there are a lot of us out here who are dealing with this. And if you're not dealing with it, you very well could end up in that situation, because sometimes what you had in mind as the ideal mate, things don't always go according to plan. A lot of us have planned to marry a rich man, and we end up marrying a broke one, or we plan to marry a supermodel, we end up marrying a reject. I mean, the whole bottom line is, your fantasy never goes, usually never aligns with your reality of things. So I thought it was very imperative that I did this content, because I know, especially from a woman's point of view, being a stepmother, I know how challenging it can be. It's still a challenge. I've been married to my husband for 18 years, and his ex-wife is still the bitter wildebeest that she's always been, and she will continue to be. And I've had people say, well, Mocha, you've been with him 18 years. Yep, some of them will never grow up, okay? So for all of my ladies out there who are experiencing this, keep in mind that this could be something that may go on that can go on for eternity, because some of these women will never grow up. A lot of them will not overcome their bitterness. So just be ready, just be prepared that this is going to be a long journey. And if you're not in it for the long haul, you will get exhausted. You can possibly end up losing your marriage or your relationship behind it, because you have to realize at the end of the day, this woman that's on the outside, she can care less about what you're going through. It's all about trying to make you miserable and trying to have control over him through the use of the child. So anyway, this video is going to be pretty long, depending on how I feel. I may break it up in different parts. I may leave half on here and put the rest on Patreon. So it all depends on how I am feeling, because I know everybody, Americans, we all have a short attention span. We can't sit in the same space too long. We can't sit in the same spot too long without losing interest. Okay, so if I feel like the video's going on way too long, I'm gonna cut it short and do a part two. Okay, so just bear with me. It all depends on how I think things are going. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this email, because it's the reason why I'm doing this content. Me and this young lady, we have spoken before. I do talk to some of my subscribers personally over the phone. I don't do it as much as I used to, because it can get very exhausting. It can be a bit much when you have people calling you left and right. So I definitely understand what counselors and therapists go through. And hell, at least they getting paid for the extra curriculum, time they put into people. I'm not even getting paid. So anyway, but nevertheless, this is what I enjoy doing. So, I believe in trying to help people out to the best of my ability. If I pause a little bit, I'm drinking my little coffee and everything. So again, just bear with me, because there's going to be some long content. I want to give everybody the best advice to the best of my ability. This is not going to be no short video, because I'm not just going to give you some quick drive-by advice and think that that's going to be helpful. Because the truth of the matter is, this is a very complicated and complex situation. This is not something you can just give uh, one or two pieces of advice and figure, okay, I think I gave everybody enough advice now. They should get it from here. No, this is a very, very complicated and complex situation. So I'm going to be doing surgery on this. I'm going to be going detail by detail. So I understand if the video is a little too long, you're welcome to pause it and come back and view the rest of it later on this evening when you're relaxed and you home in your jammies, or if you're in your car and you're by yourself before you get home, have to deal with the kids, have to deal with the husband or the wife or whatever. So whatever suits you, okay? So, like I said, it's going to be long. I'm just telling y'all up front, so nobody won't be caught off guard. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm going to start with this advice. This young lady, me and her have spoken a couple of times before. She's been in a marriage for a long time, and like a lot of women, she met this man who she so happened fell in love with, and they connected. And of course, he had a daughter from a previous relationship, and it's just been very chaotic ever since then, and it's gotten even more chaotic when she had her own child, which is to be expected, because a lot of these baby mothers, they want to be the only ones to have these men children. And the moment they find out another woman is having their child, especially if it's a woman he's with or he's in love with, she's definitely, the heat is going to turn up. So you just got to be prepared and deal with the fact that every time you and your man go on new levels, she's going to, the drama with her and the animosity with her will escalate. The more y'all do great, the more she's going to hate. That's the best way I can put it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead on and read this content, and again, I'm going to do surgery. I'm going to break down everything to the lowest common denominator down to the smallest elements. So this is going to be some long content, okay? Just want to remind y'all once more of that. Now, this is what Queen E sent me. So I'm going to go ahead and read this email, okay? I hope you remember me. We spoke a couple of times about my baby mama drama a couple of months back. I need some advice again. Okay. Please read carefully. You can respond email, or you can make a video for this and keep me anonymous. Okay, I got you. So this past year, I've been meeting up with my husband's baby mama to pick up and drop off the kids. And everything was okay, I guess, until one day she was rude and ugly to me just because I dropped the kids off a bit late for school. Mind you that we live an hour away from their school. Anyway, that day I did speak my mind to her and told her that I didn't mind helping out with the kids, but I'm not in for the drama. She pretty much told me that I have to deal with it. Fast forward a month of not seeing the kids so she could prove her point that she's in control. She lied to my husband and said that I told her that she is obligated to deal with me no matter what. It's not been about 4 or 5 months that she has completely ignored me, avoided me, and goes out her way to make sure I don't meet her face to face anymore. She doesn't allow my stepdaughter to call me from my mom's phone. So she is prideful that she will do anything in the world to prove to me that she doesn't have to deal with me, even though I never said such a thing. And in fact, she's the one that told me I have to deal with stupid ignorance and told my husband the same. Of course, he thinks this is immature of her and said he tells me to forget that bitch, basically, and not to let it get to me at all. I have several questions for you. How do you not let this shit, get to me? Here it is months later, and it still bothers me. She is so ugly for no reason. I've asked myself, what the F do I even care? And I can't answer that myself. Of course, my husband thinks it's sad and can't stand her, but he has to see his kids. So even though I wish he would just be mean to her, he is not that kind of person. He did, of course, stand up for me and said his piece. But because he is still somewhat nice to her, that gets me angry at times too. Should I be mad at my husband? Honestly, Lady Mocha, sometimes the situation with this baby mama of a witch makes me want to leave my husband at times. Being a stepmom and dealing with the extra nonsense can get to be too much at times. Only step parents will know what I mean. He's a good husband and father to our baby girl, which is now 9 months old. I have thought about it so many times, but at the end of the day, I know he loves me and not her. We have been through so much in our relationship to not let nonsense break it up. But I get tired of feeling unhappy about it, and sometimes I just want to call it quits. Any advice? Okay. Y'all, I had to get my little pen because a couple of things I saw in here, and I want to jot down some notes. So if I'm pausing here and there, like I said, y'all gonna have to bear with me because this is some serious content, and y'all know I mean business. Let's see. Okay, yeah. We're gonna get on into this right away. First of all, Queen E, as you know, I can definitely relate. Like I stated, I have gone through this for 18 years. So I definitely got the t-shirt. I'm well experienced in this area. This is something I know is not easy to deal with, but as aggravating as it seems, it's really a workable problem. A lot of the times it becomes more of a headache based on how you're allowing it to affect you. It's never, like I tell people, it's never the situation. It's how you handle the situation, okay? It's how you perceive the situation. If you look at the situation as a headache, it's going to be a headache. If you make it more aggravating than what it is, it's going to aggravate you. All right, first of all, let me start off by saying this. A lot of the if you are a stepmother, and like I said, you guys, y'all are welcome to chime in and give advice as well, because I'm sure the ladies out there want to know from a guy's perspective, how do y'all deal with baby mama drama and everything. But this content is specifically for the stepmothers out here, because I've had a lot of women reach out to me, and that's the reason why I'm doing this. You have to keep in mind, as a stepmother, that your power is very limited. Your authority is very limited. You will get aggravated when you try to step outside of your limitations when it comes to dealing with these females. Okay. So, with these baby mamas, but baby mama drama syndrome, because that's basically what you're up against. Now, in order for us to be able to get down to the root of the problem, you got to get down to what are the causes of it. Okay. um, for one, stepmothers out there, just accept the fact that his baby mother will never like you. It's not going to happen. I don't care if she's been nice to you a whole month. If you and this woman have already had issues before, keep in mind she's going to flip back when you least expect it. Now, there has been some cases in which there was a lot of conflict and drama, like Jada Pickett went through it with Will Smith's ex-wife Cherie, and it was a lot. It was years and years of cattiness. But as they've gotten older, as grown women, they've hashed out all of their differences for the sake of their children, and that's only because they were two mature women, meaning both of them were mature about the situation. Not just the baby mama, not just the current wife, both of them was mature. So keep in mind, ladies, that even if you're trying to be a bigger person, as long as his baby mama still has childish tendencies and she still has jealousy issues, it does not matter how womanly you try to be about the situation. The results and the outcome is going to continue to be the same. So just accept it. I want all of you out there, all of you stepmoms, if you've been beefing with this woman off and on, even if y'all are cool now, unless y'all been cool for years, but if y'all only been cool for a couple of months, keep in mind that this beast still does not like you, and she never will. The quicker you really accept that, because I hear women all the time say, she don't like me, I know she don't like me. You saying it, but you really don't understand the depth of it. This woman hates your guts. Accept it. We're not gonna butt it up. We don't. I'm not offering you no biscuits in a situation. We're not gonna butter this up. This broad don't like you. Okay, she don't like you because in her eyes you're with her man. Even if they have been separated for years, even if he never married her, even if they were married, the fact that they're divorced now, and for your sake, I hope they're divorced, because if there's still some marriage paper, if nothing has been finalized, she's going to still feel like she's entitled. But anyway, um, in her mind, he still belongs to her, whether he left her or she left him. That's the sick part about it, because some of these women are very narcissistic and bipolar and schizophrenic. So the advice I'm giving y'all, keep in mind, I know it may sound crazy, but you have to look at it when dealing with a narcissist. I know when I say that, Mocha, why would she think that's her man when they've been separated for 3 to 4 years, or they've been divorced for almost 8 years? Why would you state that that's her man? And her narcissistic mind and her bipolar mind, she still thinks she has some type of ownership, especially because there's a child involved. So in her mind, she's looking at you as an intruder. Now, keep in mind, ladies, depending on how you come into a situation, some of us get the backlash that we invited ourselves into. Now, say if you know this man was with this woman, okay, he was married to this woman and he was cheating on you with his wife, he was cheating on you with his girlfriend. Keep in mind, that's a whole horse of another color now. I mean, come on. A woman not gonna be nice to you. You took her man, like literally from underneath her, okay? Because some of you women, we have a tendency of doing that. We'll play victim and don't understand why somebody don't like us, and we know damn well we created the situation for ourselves, okay? Now, if they had a relationship or they was together and you just gonna gank him from up under her, and now you want to try to get along with her, no, 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 no. Now that's not gonna happen. Your girl Mocha can't back you up in that, okay? All right, just thought I'd put that out there, okay? Because some of y'all are in complete denial. You know how you got with that. You know you got how you got with this man, and you know it wasn't built off of the right foundation. So just expect to catch hell practically for the rest of your life. But for all of you who came in legitimately, they were already divorced, they were broken up. You know, in her mind, she still feels like she has ownership, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that regardless of how the relationship, regardless of how the relationship went or anything, you know, the whole bottom line is, hello,
Hey there.
hey,
What you doing?
on the internet.
Uh, hey, check my credit card. See how much money I got on it. I forgot I ain't got no money. I ain't been looking for nothing. I came over here other people. Forgot I ain't got no money.
You have $31 left on there.
Yeah, that's well, I guess my money on the phone. Oh, to the tank.
Yeah, you got 31 bucks on there.
Okay. How long is the money on it now?
Hmm.
That's $9. That's $10. I got about $1. $50. So, uh, yeah,
Yeah, I had coffee already and a bagel.
oh, 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 okay. Um, oh boy. Okay, baby. Get myself together.
Okay.
Love you, girl.
All right. Love you too.
You love me too.
Yep. Love you too.
I love you more. So Charles, I ain't seen her in a couple of days.
Because she been working.
Oh, I forgot about the car.
Yeah, she ain't got no air in it. No, they got to load all that back to school stuff. All them, she had to unpack a lot of boxes, all them uniforms, and got a big shipment in.
Okay, let me see what calling for the stuff. Alright, I'll check it out, buddy.
Okay. All right. Okay. Had a brief interruption. But as I was stating, you have to keep in mind this broad is never gonna like you. The sooner the quicker you really accept that, you the better off you are, because as long as you're thinking that you stand a chance of her y'all of y'all actually getting along and actually, I'm not saying being the best of friends or being buddy, as long as you keep thinking the back of your mind is going to get better, the more disappointed you're going to become, because some situations like this, it will never change. I know from personal experience. Like I said, I've been in my marriage for 18 years. She didn't like me then, and she doesn't like me now, and this woman is every bit in her middle 40s. When I got with my husband, she was in her early 30s. I mean, well, late 20s or whatever. So as you can see, this situation has never, as far as her end, it has never gotten better. As far as with me and her communicating, I guess the only better it has gotten is we've never gotten to the point of physically putting our paws on one another. And sometimes, you have to look at the reality of your situation and realize that's as good as it's going to get. As long as it's never gotten to the point of y'all actually putting y'all paws on one another, then be grateful of that, because in many situations where many women have came to blows, so just be grateful as if it has not escalated to that point. But back to this email, because I want to break down all of the layers that was submitted in this email. Okay, so let me click back to that. Okay, so we can get down to the steak and potatoes of the issue here. Okay. All right. Here it is. Here. Um, Queen E states. Um. Let me go back. So the past year, I've been meeting up with my husband. My mom to pick him up, drop off the kids, and everything was okay. Till one day, she was rude and ugly to me just because I dropped the kids off a bit late for school. Now let's stop right there. Keep in mind, when you're dealing with a bitter baby mama, her job is to make everything an issue. Everything is an issue. You know why? Because it's very simple. She's bitter. And whenever you're dealing with a bitter and resentful and mean-spirited person that's still angry and got jealousy issues because something is working for another woman that didn't work for her, her job is to be petty. That's her job, to be petty. Her job is not to cooperate, is not to be reasonable, is not to try to reach an understanding. That's not her job. Basically, you have to put it in your mind that her job is to try to make you miserable by any means necessary. Hello.
Hey, good morning. How we doing?
Oh, hi, Dad. How are you? Yeah, doing homework and stuff. Yeah.
Homework? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll be brief. Just looking at you, all at you.
Yeah.
We're in New Orleans.
Oh, what you said, Dad?
You know, we're in New Orleans, right?
Y'all in New Orleans?
Yeah, we're in New Orleans.
Oh, what? Y'all on vacation or something? Or y'all went to go visit family?
We ain't had a vacation 10 years. We're on vacation. Yes, we are.
Oh, that's I told Charles Stevie last week I would like for us to go to New Orleans. I want to visit that area.
Y'all need to come. You need to come now. You need to come.
Wow.